Japan has rules about laundry, written down, taught at school, followed by everyone. America has habits, and this changes from mother to mother. And the gap between those two things is why a Japanese t shirt is still fine after 10 years, and yours is faded, stretched, and slightly fuzzy after one. There are 11 of these rules. We break almost all of them, not out of laziness and out of instinct. Every one of them feels right. Hotter water feels cleaner. More soap feels stronger. A full machine feels efficient. All three are destroying your clothes right now. And they're not 11 separate rules, they're a chain. Break the first one, and you're guaranteed to break the fourth. Break the fourth, and you've fed the ninth. And the ninth is the only one that's alive. Rule 7 is why your towels stopped drying you. Rule 11 is where the smell comes from, and it's not your detergent. Here's Rule 1. Stop using hot water. The first domino, something's dirty, so you turn the dial toward warm. Hot feels like it's trying harder. Now go look at a Japanese washing machine. Most have no heater at all. One hose from the cold tap. Every load, all year. Two things are going on. The first you half know. Heat shrinks cotton and pulls dye out of dark clothes. And with anything protein-based, blood, milk, sweat, it doesn't lift the stain, it cooks it in. Same as an egg in a pan. Hot water cleans a shirt the way a fire cleans a kitchen. But here's the one nobody tells you. This is the domino. The cleaning in your detergent isn't done by soap. It's done by enzymes, and enzymes are fragile. Run the water too hot, and you damage the very thing doing the work. So your clothes come out slightly less clean than they should. Not filthy, just not quite right. The collar that never fully goes. And what do you do then? You add more soap. Hold on to that. In 3 minutes, I'll show you the extra soap is the worst thing in your laundry room, and hot water is why you started adding it. Fix, cold by default. Modern detergent is built for it. One more thing. There's exactly one situation where hot water is essential, and it's nothing to do with your clothes. I'll come back to it at Rule 11. It's the key to the thing that's alive. Rule 2. Get out of the dryer. In Japan, air drying is just what drying is. Balconies with poles. Racks in the front room. The dryer is an emergency tool, not a step. Go pull out your lint filter. That is not dirt. That is your clothing. Lint is fiber. Every cycle, the dryer beats your clothes against hot metal and knocks pieces off them. You scrape those pieces into the bin and feel productive. That mat used to be a towel. You are sanding your wardrobe and paying an electricity bill to do it. Heat and friction, two of the three in one appliance. And elastic is the quiet victim. Waistbands, sock cuffs, anything with stretch. Heat makes rubber brittle. That's why your sock stopped staying up. Fix. Hang anything you'd be annoyed to lose. A $15 rack pays for itself the first time it saves a sweater, but file this away for Rule 9. The dryer is the only step that gets clothes dry fast. Take it out and you've opened a window. Hours where your clothes sit warm and damp. Something is going to move into that window. Rule 3. Stop cramming the machine. This breaks the rinse. You've got 2 loads worth. You decide to be efficient. Push it down, force the door. 1 load. Genius. Japanese machines get filled to about 70% on purpose. The rule of thumb, you should be able to fit your hand in the gap at the top. Because a washing machine isn't soaking bucket. It moves clothes through water so dirt gets carried away. Pack the drum and nothing moves. It's a wet block, pressing dirty water into itself. Like washing your hands in a crowded elevator. But the washing isn't even the real casualty. The rinse is. Rinsing needs even more room than washing. Clean water has to reach every fiber and carry the soap back out. In a stuffed drum, it physically cannot. So the soap stays in. Look where we are. Rule 1 made you add extra detergent. Rule 3 just made sure it can never leave. Those two are about to meet. Rule 4. You're using too much detergent. This is the one everything has been building toward. Nobody measures detergent. You tip it in, you eyeball it, and if it's a big load, you add a bit extra. In Japan, it's measured to the line on the cap. That's always the amount. And here's what sounds fake but isn't. Too much detergent makes your clothes dirtier. Your machine can only rinse away so much soap, and per Rule 3, yours is rinsing badly anyway. Everything past that limit stays in the fabric as an invisible, sticky film. That film is a magnet. It grabs skin oil, dust, and body odor and holds them there. So your shirt comes out of a clean wash already carrying a layer of gunk. Then you do it again next week. And again. Until it smells faintly wrong 10 minutes after you put it on, and you assume it's gone off. It hasn't. It's over-soaped. More soap is more clean, in the same way that more sun is more tan. Look at the chain you've built. Hot water killed the enzymes. Clothes weren't quite clean. You added more soap. The packed drum couldn't rinse it. Now there's a film on everything you own. 3 rules. 1 film. Remember it. It comes back twice. In 90 seconds when we seal a second layer over it, and at the end when I show you what's been eating it. Fix. Measure to the line. And run your worst-smelling clothes through 1 cycle with no detergent at all. Watch the water go cloudy. That's the backlog coming out. Rule 5. Use mesh bags. Friction makes the film worse. Cheapest fix in the video. Sentaku Netto, laundry nets. Zip-up mesh bags about $1 in every Japanese household. Most damage isn't water or soap. It's things rubbing on other things. A zip dragging across a knit, a bra hook pulling a thread across a shirt, a button scraping a print until it cracks. The bag is a seatbelt. And there's a second reason, straight back to Rule 4. Friction doesn't just break threads. It roughens every fiber it touches, splits the ends, turns a smooth surface fuzzy. That's what pilling is. And a rough fiber has far more surface area than a smooth one. Far more for that detergent film to cling to. So friction and the film aren't 2 problems. Friction is what gives the film somewhere to live. Fix. Anything with hooks, zips, lace, knit, or a print you love. 1 item per bag. Don't stuff 4 sweaters in, or you've built a tiny overloaded washing machine inside your washing machine. Rule 6. Turn it inside out. Same problem, free version. Same principle, 0 cost, 2 seconds per item. Which surface takes the beating? The outside. It faces the drum and rubs every other item for 45 minutes. A cracked graphic isn't a cheap print, that's abrasion. Black jeans going chalky gray isn't age, that's surface fibers scuffed until they scatter light differently. Flip it. The inside takes all of it instead. Nobody's looking at the inside. Do up your zips while you're there. An open zip is a small metal saw. Right. Coating and friction handled. Now let's make the coating twice as thick, completely by accident. Rule 7. No fabric softener on towels. Layer 2 in the setup for the smell. Japan loves fabric softener, whole aisles of it. But there's a hard exception. Towels, gym gear, anything technical. Those get nothing. Here's why, and it's my favorite fact in this video. Fabric softener doesn't soften anything. It coats every fiber in a thin, waxy layer. That's what makes things feel smooth and kills the static. That coating is also water repellent. So every week you have been carefully waterproofing the one object in your house whose entire job is to absorb water. Your towel hasn't gone bad. It's been weatherproofed. It isn't drying you. It's relocating the water. Now stack it with Rule 4. A detergent film in the fibers and a wax layer sealed over the top. And a waterproof layer doesn't only keep water out, it keeps water in. Softened fabric takes longer to dry because the moisture is trapped underneath where air can't reach it. Slow drying. Remember that. Rule 9 is about to make you care. Fix. Towels and sportswear get detergent only. Already coated? Hot wash, 1 cup of white vinegar, no detergent. Which raises the obvious question. No softener. So, how do you get fluffy towels? Rule 8. Shake it before you hang it. Pay off to 7. Also the fix for 9. Watch someone in Japan empty a washing machine and you'll hear it before you see it. A sharp snap, over and over. Pan, pan, pan. Every item gets shaken hard. Properly hard, about 10 times. Before it's hung, 3 things happen at once. Water gets thrown out so it dries faster. The fibers get knocked apart so towels come out fluffy. That's your answer from Rule 7. That's where softness comes from. Not a bottle. And the wrinkles pull flat while the fabric is still wet enough to take a new shape. Because that's what drying is. Whatever shape it's in when the water leaves is the shape it keeps. Hang a shirt out as a crumpled ball and you have manufactured a crumpled ball. It will hold that shape. You're telling the shirt what to become. Do it properly and you can skip ironing on most things, but the reason it's here is the first one. It dries faster. You'll understand why that matters in 30 seconds. Rule 9. Don't leave it sitting wet. This is the one that's alive the wash finishes. You're busy. You'll get it in a minute. Then it's morning and there's a damp lump in the drum that smells like a pond. Japan has a word for it. Namagawaki nioi. Half dry stink. And it's a named problem because it isn't really a smell. It's a living thing. I told you one of these 11 was alive. This is it. Warm, damp, dark fabric is a perfect home for certain bacteria. Give them a few hours and they multiply, and the waste they produce is that sour, musty stench. It's why a shirt can come out smelling like nothing and smell wrong 20 minutes later. In the drawer, they're cool, dry, and dormant. Warm it with your body, add sweat, and you've woken them up. Now count how many rules got you here. You took the dryer out so drying got slower. Rule 2. You sealed the fabric under wax. Rule 7. You skipped the shake. Rule 8. Then you left it in the drum for 9 hours. Everyone made the wet window longer. The bacteria only need the window. And the cruel part, rewashing doesn't fix it. By then, they're inside the fibers, feeding on that detergent film from Rule 4. You gave them a house and a fridge. That's not a bit musty. That's a small civilization. Fix wet to hanging in under an hour. Set a timer when you start the machine. That one habit is the highest impact thing here. But there's a hole in this. Plenty of people hang laundry immediately and still get the smell. So where do the bacteria keep coming from? 2 more rules. The last one answers it. Rule 10. Sun for some things, shade for others. The free weapon against Rule 9. Most people who air dry do it one of 2 ways: everything in the sun or everything indoors. Japan sorts it. Whites, towels, sheets, and baby clothes go in direct sun. Sunlight is a free bleach and a free disinfectant. UV kills the bacteria from Rule 9 at no cost, and it arrives every morning. But darks, denim, wool, silk, and bright colors go in the shade. There's a word for that too: kagahoshi. Under an overhang, against a north wall, or indoors with a fan. Because UV doesn't know what your plans were. It removes color. That's all it does. Point it at a white towel and it's a miracle. Point it at a navy shirt and it's an eraser. Fix 2 piles. Bright and white in the sun. Dark and precious in the shade, inside out, with airflow. And point a fan at your indoor rack. Not for comfort. For shortening the wet window. So you've stopped feeding them, shortened their window, and killed them in the sun. They'll still come back. Here's why. Rule 11. Clean the machine itself. Everything closes here. Nobody cleans their washing machine. The logic feels solid, like it's full of soap and water all day. Surely it's the cleanest thing in the house. It's the source. There's a part you can't see. Most machines have an outer drum wrapped around the inner one, and detergent residue and body oils collect in the gap. Front loaders also have a rubber door seal with a fold that never dries. So dark, damp, warm, and packed with that greasy film from Rule 4. That's not a machine. That's a cave. The exact conditions from Rule 9, except permanent. This is where they live. Not in your clothes, in the machine. Your clothes are just where they go on holiday. Every load gets rinsed through a colony and you start again from zero. That's why the new detergent didn't work. You were treating the symptom and rinsing it in the cause. And now, the one thing hot water is genuinely good for. I told you at Rule 1 I'd come back to it. Not your clothes, the machine. Once a month, run an empty cycle on the hottest setting with oxygen bleach. Hot enough to kill what's in the gap. That's the one place heat isn't the enemy. There's no fabric in there to damage. Front loader? Pull the seal back and wipe inside the fold. Brace yourself. And between every wash, leave the door open and pull the drawer out so the cave gets to dry. In Japan, that open door is automatic. Nobody thinks about it. So it was never 11 rules. It was one chain. Hot water broke the cleaning, so you added soap. The packed drum couldn't rinse it, so it became a film. Friction gave the film somewhere to grip. Softener sealed it in and slowed the drying. Slow drying opened a window. The bacteria walked through it and ate the film, and the machine kept them alive between loads. Pull out one link and the whole thing weakens. Pull out three and it collapses. And remember the three instincts from the start. Hotter felt cleaner, and it was cooking your stains in. More soap felt stronger, and it was building the film. A full machine felt efficient. It was stopping the rinse. Everyone was backwards, and none of it was your fault. Nobody taught you. In Japan, somebody did. That's the real difference, and it isn't politeness. Japan is careful with clothes because replacing them costs money and closet space nobody has. Pick 3. Not 11, you won't do 11. Start with cold water, hanging the stuff you care about, and cleaning the machine tonight. Then tell me how many you were doing, be honest. I was doing 4, and I made the video. And if you want to know why Japanese towels are still fluffy after 10 years when yours died in 18 months, that one's up there. See you in the next one.